Welcome to the Galactic Mind Weather Report. So I'm coming to you today on the first day of the Blue Eagle Wavespell. So that's 13 days, starting today, dedicated to the evolution of our capacity to rise up above the noise, above the action in the now, in order to gain the eagle's perspective. And when we think of the Blue Eagle archetype, it's very easy often to just imagine the majesty of an eagle. And we're blessed to have a few of them that grace our skies here around the property. And often I'll be out there at archery and I'll be doing my targeting, my shooting and be getting really caught up in it. And then every now and then I'll see one of these majestic, incredible birds, these eagles, that just start circling. And if you watch the eagle, so usually what I'll do is I'll stop everything, just enamored with this experience. And the really beautiful thing is when you witness an eagle, you see them, they're looking for their prey. They're looking for their food for the day. And they don't just go in there hacking and slashing in the bush trying to find it. Instead, they just they catch the wind and they fly on these little currents of wind in circles as the natural currents carry them. So the eagle flies quite gracefully up there. It's not struggling, it's not really desperate to find its prey. It's just calm, trusting in the winds to deliver the messages, the smells, the scents, the sounds, the sight, the vision, to show it where it needs to attack and be focused. And I thought this is a really beautiful analogy because we've just closed off the 13 days of the White Wind Wavespell. And this last 13 days was all about reconnecting to spirit. Reconnecting to our own inner spirit, to allow play to come out in our hearts again and truly be able to listen, to what's being carried on the winds. And so it's such a beautiful follow-on that the eagle then takes the next step. So today being the blue magnetic eagle, it's very much about working on a spiritual plane in order to, in a sense, magnetize your presence to the vision that you need to help you understand where your part in this great cosmic plan is. And so you might have seen signs today of kind of little nudges from the universe, little synchronicities kind of bringing into your awareness what it is that's important to you to contemplate during these 13 days. And if you didn't, then bring some awareness around just what's happening, and you might find that it is actually hidden in the synchronicities of your day. Now, over this next 12 days that follows, we're going to have these energies really supporting the process of recognizing what are the greatest challenges, that you have in being able to see the bigger picture. What's stopping you from seeing that bigger picture? Are you really committed to the process? Or are you still in that fear place of just wanting to take on what's right in front of you? And so really encouraging during this 13 days of the Blue Eagle to just really slow down and allow yourself to let go of needing to accomplish everything now. If it's not done now, there's very few things in our lives that if they're not done today, cannot wait until tomorrow. Now, when I say that, obviously there are some things that must be done today. And there is also that curse of getting stuck in procrastination, of using that as an excuse. Oh, well, it can wait till tomorrow. It can wait till tomorrow. But during this Blue Eagle Wavespell, we are really encouraged to slow down on the action front. Stop running hard towards your target and just take 13 days to make sure that you actually know where you're running. What are you running for? What is your end game? What are you trying to achieve through this running? Because if it's just survival according to the old economic principles of our old society that is crumbling right now beneath our feet, then you're wasting your energy. Because as soon as you get stabilized in the old-fashioned way of security, you might just find that before this year of 2018 is over, that very parameter has shifted and changed, and you'll now have to recalibrate how you perceive survival, how you perceive living well. And so instead of that, why don't you take a moment to, during these 13 days, pay attention to what's happening around the world. Don't get caught up in the fear porn propaganda of the mainstream media sites or alternative media sites. They're all as bad as each other these days. But really allow yourself to let go of the reactiveness and see what inspiration comes up. See what news articles come on your feed. Have a look into the blockchain decentralization that's happening right now. A lot of people are going, oh, it's just Bitcoin, it's just a bubble, and all these kind of cliched sayings. But I can tell you, after spending 3.5, 4 weeks of hardcore study, it's the very ingredient we have been missing to actually enable our society to decentralize power so that we can actually really work as that global village as we've always wanted, without these centralizations of power. It's facilitating the step back into self-responsibility and self-accountability. It's facilitating a new economy based on real value, that every person has real value to give. So it's taking the best of capitalism, it's taking the best of communism, it's taking the best of every kind of way, throwing it into this crazy pot right now that, if you look out there in the world, is like Alice in Wonderland. And it's asking for us to rise up from the fear that gets triggered by this insecurity and allow ourselves to kind of look at the bigger picture of what's playing out right now. And so you may not need to go into depth around those technologies, but it might help just to change the perspective, because they hold a huge key that is blocking a lot of people's vision. Because if you don't understand the actual revolution that is happening using blockchain technology, which is not just Bitcoin, it's massive, so much more that's just not talked about. And if you don't understand the full revolutionary capacity of what it's enabling, and very quickly, then it's going to make it very hard to see any possibility for real change anytime soon. But when you do perceive these breakthroughs that we're having right now, I honestly feel, and many others I've shared with feel the same, that the end of this Gregorian year, the end of 2018, our planet is not going to seem anything like it did at the start of it. We've already witnessed a big, crazy cracking happening. And through this year, we're going to see some major shifts in the way things are done. So it is very important now, for this next 13 days, or the 12 that follow today, to take some time. Go into meditation, contemplation, do some journaling, writing, see what comes up, get clear, see where your head might be stuck in the grass, belly to the ground, and do what it takes to lift yourself up. Take flight on the eagle's wings, so that you can take a moment out of the hectic, crazy chaos. Take the eagle's view. See the bigger vision of what is unfolding right now, and connect with what your part is, so that when you land again and get ready to take action, you do it with a really solid core of vision inside you of where you're going. And the more solid your vision is for your personal aspect of this evolutionary path, the more grace and ease that it can flow with, that you can listen to the synchronicities and recognize them and find your way forwards. So may you fly with the grace of the eagle. I send all my love to you all, and much love. In Lakesh. I'll see you mid Wavespell.